Good morning. How are you all today? Welcome to Bible class with Andre and Betty. Thank you all for viewing with us today. We're continuing our studies from the book of Exodus, and we're in chapter 22. Our subject will continue from last week, which is the judgments, how we are governed toward each other. So the judgments continue. Remember, we have commandments, ordinances, testimonies, statutes which govern spiritual life, and judgments that govern social life, how we treat each other. So in chapter 22 of Exodus, we're looking at judgments, but on this we're focusing on what belongs to other people and how we are to be governed by the principles that God set for us. And so beginning at verse 1, Exodus 22, verse 1, if a man shall steal an ox or sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox and 4 sheep for a sheep. Verse 2, if a thief be found breaking up or stealing, and be smitten that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him. In other words, you can't bring a sin offering if the man died because the justice has taken place. But, verse 3, if the sun be risen upon him, that is, if he lives, there shall be blood shed for him, for he should make full restitution. If he have nothing, then he shall be sold for his theft. So if he's still alive, after he steals something, then you can bring an offering, and it will be determined if it was an accident or a deliberate act. And if he has nothing to pay, then he shall be sold. Verse 4, if the theft be certainly found in his hand alive, whatever he's stealing, whether it be ox or ass or sheep, he shall restore double. In other words, if he's caught stealing. Verse 5, if a man cause a field or vineyard to be eaten, and shall put in his beast, and shall feed in another man's field, of the best of his own field, and the best of his own vineyard, shall he make restitution. Verse 6, if fire break out and catch in thorns, so that the stacks of corn or the standing corn or the field be consumed therewith, that is the fire, he that started or kindled the fire shall surely make restitution. He'll have to pay what's owed. Verse 7, if a man shall deliver unto his neighbor money or stuff to keep, and it be stolen out of the man's house, if the thief be found, let him pay double. Verse 8, if the thief be not found, then the master of the house shall be brought unto the judges to see whether he have put his hand unto his neighbor's goods. because that a judge will determine who's at fault. Verse 9. For all manner of trespass is when we violate one another. For all manner of trespass, whether it be for ox, for ass, for sheep, or raiment, or clothing, or for any manner of lost thing, which another challenges to be his, the cause of both parties shall come before the judges, and whom the judges condemn or find guilty, he shall pay double unto his neighbor. Verse 10. If a man deliver unto his neighbor an ass, or an ox, or a sheep, or any beast to keep, and it die, or be hurt, or driven away, no man seeing it, then, verse 11, shall an oath of the Lord be between them both, that he had not put his hand unto his neighbor's goods, and the owner of it shall accept thereof, and he shall not make it good. The guilty party shall accept the decision the judge made. Verse 12. And if it be stolen from him, he shall make restitution unto the owner thereof. If it be torn in pieces, then let him bring it for witness, and he shall not make good that which was torn. In other words, if he's responsible in verse 12. If the property is stolen, then he'll have to make restitution. But if it's just hurt or torn, then he shall not make it good. Verse 14. And if a man borrow aught of his neighbor, and it be hurt or die, the owner thereof being not with it, he shall surely make it good. But if the owner thereof be with it, the property, he shall not make it good. If it be hired thing, it came for his hire. In other words, it was used as collateral for the one that is stolen from or hurt. And now we'll be looking at crimes against humanity when a person violates another person, like an act of rape or any other kind of crime against nature. Verse 16. If a man entice a maid or a virgin that is not betrothed, she's not legally united to a husband, if he entice her and she be not, she's still a virgin, and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. If she's a virgin, she's not betrothed to engaged, if he violate her, he shall take her to be his wife. Verse 17, if her father utterly refuse to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins. In other words, he has to pay a penalty of money or property because she was a virgin who had been violated. So he has to pay that price. Verse 18, thou shalt not allow or suffer a witch to live. That is to make money doing witchcraft and magic. verse 19. Whosoever lieth with the beast shall surely be put to death. That is, having intimate relationships with an animal. Verse 20. I think it's called bestiality. Verse 20. He that sacrificeth unto any god except unto the Lord only, he shall be utterly destroyed. So thou shalt have no other god before me. So if he sacrificed to any god or any ruler or any leader, except unto the Lord only, he shall be utterly destroyed. Verse 21. Thou shalt neither vex a stranger nor oppress him, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. Never forget where you came from. You came in as an immigrant, and you shall treat the foreigner as you was treated, and not vex that person or cause oppression upon an individual. Think of the things that are happening today. Verse 22, you shall not afflict or hurt any widow or fatherless child. That is, he's not raised with a father. Verse 23, if thou afflict them in any way, and they cry at all to me, saith the Lord, I will surely hear their cry. So when a person is misused or afflicted, and they cry out and say, Lord, please help, or however they petition the Lord, he says, I will surely hear their cry. And my wrath shall wax hot, and I will kill you with the sword. And your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless. So you'll have to pay the penalty for bringing harm to a widow or a fatherless child. Verse 25. If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, thou shalt not be to him as a usurer or paying interest on the debt, neither shalt thou lay upon him usury. In other words, no percentage other than the principal amount. Verse 26. If thou at all take thy neighbor's raiment to pledge, that is his coat, thou shalt deliver it unto him by that the sun goeth down. And the reason for that is his covering only. That is his only covering. It is his raiment for his skin. Wherein shall he sleep? And it shall come to pass, when he crieth unto me, that I will hear, for I am gracious. So we're to be gracious toward one another. Verse 28. Thou shalt not revile the gods, little g, nor curse the ruler of thy people. Those in authority in the home or the government or society, we shall not dishonor or disrespect them. Verse 29. Thou shalt not delay to offer the first of thy ripe fruits and of thy liquors. The firstborn of thy sons shalt thou give unto me. So this is when they're in the wilderness and going into the promised land. The firstborn belong to the Lord. Now later, I think in chapter 25 or somewhere in there, God is going to keep the firstborn as his, but he's going to set up the Levites or Aaron and his sons to be the priesthood. But until that priesthood is set up, the firstborn of the family functions as the priest of the household. Verse 30. Likewise shalt thou do with thine oxen and with thy sheep. 7 days it shall be with his dam, his mother. On the 8th day thou shalt give it to me. And this is the circumcision law that Mary and Joseph honored when Jesus was taken to the temple 8 days after he was born, on the 8th day for circumcision. Verse 31. And ye shall be holy men unto me, neither shall ye eat any flesh that is torn of beast in the field. Ye shall cast it to the dogs. Now the dogs, according to Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 21, comparing that with Mark 7:27, means Gentiles. When Jesus tells them, do not cast that, cast your offerings unto the Gentiles or the dogs. And dogs were considered to be aliens. The law was not given to Gentiles. The law was given to Israel. And so Jesus came and fulfilled all the law. Therefore, whether Jew or Gentile, the same law applies for the Jew, Gentile, male or female, slave or free man. And so these are the ordinances that God gave to Israel, but they have not. This is within the first 2 years of them coming out of Egypt. And in those first 2 years, the tabernacle will be built, and the Levitical priesthood and all the law will be given to the nation Israel before they go into the wilderness 40 years. And they go in the wilderness because they did not believe God when he told them to go into the promised land. It would take 11 days journey to get there, but it's going to take 40 years in the wilderness for them to enter into the promised land. So you all have a great day and a great week.